Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to get underway. If everyone can find their seats and remember to enjoy the show. Thank you.
I mean, okay, you want to know my thoughts? Okay, I can give it.
Yeah, just tell me what you think about the movie.
So, okay. I think that if the little piggies want to come to the trough that is Hollywood, then I will feed them their slop. I will feed them their sex and their drugs and their violence and their bullshit Hollywood style with the explosions when they are so blind to the ultimate drama that is all around them. Nature, death, life, sex, birth. It is the ultimate troll that I pull on all of you with every single narrative that I am a part of. If it is not a documentary, then I am just fucking with you. I'm jerking your chain. And that's what I think about it.
That sounded almost like a real quote.
That's cool. That's great. I love that. That just lean right into that Herzog.
Yeah. More of that.
Oh, I mean, not the accent. I mean, literally, that's like I feel like that's an exaggerated version of what he actually feels, probably. But yeah,
that's actually probably how he would have worded it, though. That's exactly what he probably would say.
I really love Herzog, and I really have always been so confused by any narrative film he's a part of. And I'm like, why? Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that, man?
I embrace his weirdness. I love it.
Oh, well, no, I've got some things to say, but yeah.
Oh, there's things to say for sure.
But
that's
yeah, I enjoy it anyway.
It's enjoyable.
When it was finally over, when I was watching it at Dan's place the first time, I've never been so happy for a movie to be over. So that's one thing. Second thing,
you do that all the time, though, Ben. No, you fucking puss out on movies hard.
Okay,
you are a give up master on movies.
No, it's fucking midnight, and I have to wake up at 7:00, and I'm here watching Port of Call, New Orleans.
Hashtag me too.
Hashtag me too.
Why
But
was
also,
it so late?
I like hashtag me too.
That's the thing. Hashtag me. Well, hashtag me 3.
Harvey Keitel, hashtag me too.
No, if it was the original Bad Lieutenant, that movie's hilarious. This movie was also funny.
The what?
Okay, opposite.
I'm the opposite of you.
Opposite.
Yeah.
I love that one where he's fat and muscular at the same time.
Yeah, no.
Okay, that's a funny aspect. But this movie's quite more of a comedy than that one is.
That movie is so much more like rough and raw and serious.
I actually haven't seen the first Bad Lieutenant.
Well, the one on Amazon is the edited version, so you're gonna miss about 5 minutes of the best shit.
I missed out.
Also,
I have a lust for life.
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking. Werner Herzog talking about lust and reproduction and just babies and the fallopian tube.
Yeah,
weird female anatomy stuff.
So when he
in there.
in Into the Abyss, when he interviews one of the wives of the guys on death row and she's pregnant and he starts asking her about how she got pregnant, it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Oh God!
How's did it work?
Yeah, he asked some questions that I'm like, Herzog, what are you doing to these people?
He starts judging her so hard in the middle of that conversation, and it's hilarious.
But they all got cameras in front of them; they're not used to it. It's just like answer the question. Oh God!
You're on the spot. This guy's famous.
Welcome to Coming of Age. Right? Come on.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good segue. You did it.
Oh, God. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the third installment of the Nicolas Cage series.
Cage Uncaged.
Cajun Cage Uncaged.
Cajun Cage Uncaged.
You are joined by Mr. Chase Cummins.
What's up?
Mr. Dan Joplin.
It's me.
And Monsieur Benjamin Gelber.
I wish we could just change the theme of the whole podcast. I'm hearing like coming of age, and I'm thinking coming of sage, and then Nicolas Sage. We could do this whole different fucking thing. We talk about sage and different herbs and spices.
And
that-
Nicolas Cage.
In
And
relation
Nicolas
to a
Cage.
Nicolas Cage movie?
Let's change.
That's a
the
97 episode
Yeah.
podcast right there.
Okay.
We're only 3
Let's change the
episodes
whole
into this
podcast,
second
please.
season. We could just switch it up.
All Nicolas Cage, all year
Nicolas
long.
Beige.
no, Nicholas
It's kind
Cage.
of like
Sage.
an American.
Nicolas
It's like an
Cage.
American Horror Story thing. We like switch it up a little bit each season. You know.
Yeah,
a new
it's just
story.
a different variant. Same actor
Yeah.
as us.
Who's Nicolas Hayes?
It's just us, but we're doing something new.
And I'm Alan Loosebrock.
Hey, guy.
And I want you guys all to know that you don't have to hide anything from me, because we're birds of a feather.
Do we flock together? Do we?
No,
flock
we like our poisons.
We lust together.
we love our poison.
We did
If-
Bad Lieutenant, and we were talking about Herzog, and we're probably going to jump into talking about Herzog.
Hold on, no, because you brought that up. Is her name Jennifer Tilly? Is that
No, Jennifer
is it?
Tilly is from the Chucky series.
okay? No. What is her name?
I don't know her name. It's Stifler's mom.
Okay.
No,
But
I have
now
it right
talk
here.
about
I have it right
talk
here.
about
It's
somebody who gets
Jennifer Coolidge, I
typecast.
believe.
Jennifer
Oh,
Coolidge.
she's great.
She gets
Man.
typecast. Whoa, for sure. But, like, she's
a-
really good in every role.
Yeah, she is.
She's
Christopher
great in
Guest
this
loves her.
movie. She's great in
Yeah.
this movie.
As a ditzy drunk.
Her greasy ass hair.
She's not a
Perfect.
ditzy drunk. She's a fucking alcoholic bitch in
Mess.
this. She's a
No, but
mess.
but that's her typecast
Yeah, she's
though.
a
Is
beer
ditzy
whore.
drunk.
She's a beer
Ditzy
whore.
/ drunk.
She's a dungeon maiden. Pretty much. She should be in
She does
Game
have a
of
great
Thrones.
rack.
She has a great back.
Rack. And back. I didn't see her back, but it's probably nice too.
I would imagine
It's
that
probably
it's
All
not.
so
scaly.
strong.
So many skin
I'd
tags
imagine
all
that
over
if she's
it.
like a D cup on the front, she's probably like at least a B on the back.
So skin tags, like little thumbs on her back. Tiny little baby thumbs.
Fucking Lord. What has happened? You guys hate Jennifer Coolidge.
What the fuck
Wait,
is
Jennifer
going on
Coolidge?
here?
No, I love Jennifer Coolidge.
That sounds like words of love, baby.
Well, based on what I've just heard, I want to preface everyone that as we talk about this movie, Eva Mendes is Ryan Gosling's wife. So
Wow.
She's fucking perfect, so good for him. Even in this movie, I'm like, wow, Eva's really acting.
she's doing it. She's
fucking
doing it.
going for every. Yeah, I just
Listen. Everybody in this movie was fucking acting. Everybody in this movie thought that this movie was about their character.
Okay.
Oh, dude,
So-
Exhibit didn't do as bad as I thought. He would have.
I will preface this before, as we go on with this podcast, I want to talk about the accolades this film received.
Oh, fucking shove accolades up my fucking asshole, dude. We've
This-
been talking
I
about
kind of want to hear.
accolades.
I kind of want to hear about it.
Shut up. Everybody shut up for a second. Everybody shut the fuck up. We've been talking about that's something I've been thinking about with this movie too. So we've been talking about accolades
Accolades.
a lot this fucking month, and every one of these goddamn movies I've been like, I don't understand
I
what
get
is
it for
happening.
this one.
I
though.
get
I think I
I
get
get
it
it.
for this one.
one's
I
not
get it.
deep
But
in some weird, twisted way. It's pretty like I don't know. I don't think it's deep, at least in my.
No, it has a shallowness to it. Like,
Yes.
especially if you've seen the original Bad Lieutenant, and that has such a heavy theme of like guilt and like redemption and
And a completely different story.
Yeah, it's very
It's literally
different.
just a similar.
it's just a bad
character.
cop. It's like a similar.
just
cop.
another bad lieutenant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But this movie was included in Roger Ebert's top 10 mainstream films of 2009.
Oh man,
The,
why are we-
the Canadian
Roger Ebert.
Yeah, and then the top
Son
10.
of a
That's
bitch.
a lot of films. That's a lot of films for 1 year. Like you could get a lot in there. Like
And then the top 10,
10
and then also the top 10
mainstream
films.
films. Like that's
Come
not.
on.
Then in the top 10
Like, that's
films,
not even that.
the
great
top 10
for
films
a year.
of the 2000s
Oh
Okay.
shit.
as well.
Wow. Really?
well, that's
2009,
dumb.
real slipped in there.
Yeah, Canadian
hit-
Press top 10 film of 2009. Kim Morgan,
Canadian
number
Press.
2 among top 10 films of 2009. So that's Huffington Post. Cahiers du Cinema
Oh, wait,
listed
wait.
it as the
Ooh,
second
ooh.
on their annual top 10 of 2010, and also featured the film on their cover of the March 2010 issue.
Okay, so
And
let
a
me
love
say
letter.
something. Let me say something. Chase, I know you see those, and hopefully you're just stating that that's what it received, not that you agree.
I'm just stating.
Okay, everyone.
I
Did
do
it win
like
any
that
actual? Did it actually
No,
win
I'm not
any
trying to
awards?
I'm not trying
though?
to get angry. I'm just like I was just trying to like.
No, Dan is just like, fuck this movie.
Did it win? Did it actually win any awards, or was it just like one guy who's like, "We'll put it on the list"? It's on a list.
It won something at Cannes. It won the. It was nominated for the Golden Lion at the
Okay.
Venice Film
is that?
Festival. It is the
Okay.
second most prestigious award in the world, I guess, of the film.
Nominated for the Golden Shitbird.
Yeah.
Yeah, goddamn shitbirds.
Cage got Best Actor at the Toronto Films Critic Association.
You guys know the writer's name?
Of this one, no. What is it?
Yeah, it's William M. Finkelstein.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember reading that now.
Did he also write? Did he also write like all the Fast and the Furious movies?
I did not check,
Like,
but I
he's
would
just-
believe
he
it.
just fucking he's like when I was finished watching this movie, I was like, the writer of this is a fucking schmuck, and then I read his name and I was like, this guy sounds like a fucking schmuck.
Finkelstein.
Yeah, and
He wrote a bunch of Law and Order, Brooklyn South, Murder One, L.A. Law, Cop Rock, and NYPD Blue, and
Sounds
he
about
won
right.
an Emmy for L.A.
Sounds
Law
about-
and Law
that
and
is
Order.
like, dude, it's like exactly what I thought. Like he's just a
Okay.
churner. He just churns it.
So we
And
can
then he made
agree.
this movie.
We
This
can
is the
agree
one
that
movie.
nothing happens in this movie. It's purely
It's a
like
series of
if-
episodic moments.
where we get our joy, if any, comes from Nicolas Cage. Correct?
Yeah, if any.
You really didn't like Nicolas Cage
If any-
in this movie.
Dude, no, like
I
no,
fucking
okay.
loved it.
I mean, I wrote down several things. I wrote down quite a few things. Like I enjoy on a level I enjoy as an experience. I like a lot of things. Even if they're not like necessarily good things. I'm like, this is an experience, you know. You gotta. All life is once you're dead, you're fucking worm food, and that's it. There's no goddamn afterlife. There's no heaven. There's no fucking hell. You're dead. You're in the hole in the ground.
That's
just
how you
gotta
should have started the
experience-
podcast.
You gotta experience. You gotta experience everything now. So even if it's good or bad, you know, you can take something away from it. And I took things away from this. But was it good? It was a fucking shitbird.
Okay, so
It was a shit turd.
so I will say I don't 100% disagree with you about this movie, Dan, but I find this movie to be like really fucking fun. Like, for whatever
Dude,
reason.
the
Like,
plot has no bearing.
It's
It
just like
literally is just him, just so Nicolas Cage can roam around a little bit and just do cocaine everywhere. I don't know. It doesn't go to the level that the Harvey Keitel Bad Lieutenant does though.
If this movie was only him roaming around doing drugs and being fucking crazy, I wouldn't care as much. But it's the lizards and the fucking crazy weird like hallucination in the music. And like I like all those sequences with the alligator. Like I don't know, they don't mean anything, but like they make this movie feel like, okay, I'm watching something that's like at least different.
Herzog
and
is
and
literally
it's funny to me.
Well, we should talk about Herzog and how
Yes.
he actually what his movie past is, because he makes fucking weird ass funny shit that's also delving into humanity in a very strange way.
Like surrealism and stuff, but like he also made Aguirre, The Wrath of God is considered to be one of the finest films ever made. And it's
So good.
Having seen it, it is excellent. It's an excellent film. Like Werner Herzog is a good filmmaker, I would say.
Good. I'd say more than that. I fucking love fucking Herzog, but anything he does that's just like a film with a story, like just a regular movie, not a documentary. But I think he's just fucking with you. I think he's just fucking with you.
I don't know. Aguirre the Wrath of God isn't fucking with you, and Nosferatu the Vampire is a fucking great adaptation.
Kind of fucking with you though.
It's a little fucking with you, but Aguirre's not. And I haven't seen Fitzcarraldo in super long. But
Fitzcarraldo's definitely not.
Yeah, but like they like have like great points. Like and then my son, what have you done?
He spreads a wide net. Okay, he makes a fuck ton of films. Like he makes. I was listening to an interview with him. And he was talking about when he was like fucking like 23 or something. And he's like, yeah, I'd already produced like fucking 19 films or something. And I was like, what the fuck? And he's just like, just keeps on going. So I don't know a lot about Herzog. And I literally just watched Nosferatu the Vampire with Klaus Kinski. And I watched Grizzly Man, which was a fucking hilarious time. And I honestly can't wait to watch it again. But... good God, I don't know. I don't have a widespread enough, like, I don't know enough of his repertoire to talk very highly of him. But what I've seen, he seems to be teetering in between silly and very, like, I don't know. He's
existential.
Yeah, he's putting a magnifying glass over some weird shit. And I like it a lot.
I mean...
no, that's what I love about his docs. But
yeah, well, and his early, like at least like Aguirre and Fitzcarraldo, from what I remember, Fitzcarraldo is they're about like insanity and like human obsession and like a lot of things, exploitation, and they get really into those themes. They're very serious. There's humor in it.
But then I'm saying he played a bad guy in like Jack Reacher, right?
Yes, he did. He's excellent as the bad guy in Jack Reacher. He's excellent.
That noise.
No, dude, that movie's okay.
Wait, I haven't seen it. Werner Herzog acts in that movie?
Yeah, he's the bad guy, dude. He's like
directed it.
No, he didn't direct it. No, it's directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who did the most recent Mission Impossible movie.
To do it?
He was like, I'm gonna play the bad guy this way, and he plays this like really like eccentric, like evil fucking guy who just like he murders on a whim.
Well, I'd like to see it at least.
It's decent.
Just to see him as a villain.
It's Tom Cruise. It's Tom Cruise doing like a
I know
James
the film.
or like Mission Impossible thing that's not Mission Impossible.
Yeah, Jack Ryan, Jack Reacher, fucking bullshit.
Jack Reacher's so much better than Jack Ryan. Do not confuse
Oh
the two.
my God, Chase, you love Jack Reacher.
It's okay. It's okay.
Wait,
I like Christopher McQuarrie. He makes
wait.
good movies.
Sick.
Did I not realize that he was in a Jack Reacher and a Jack Ryan?
He wasn't Jack Ryan.
I thought okay, maybe I was just thinking.
Jack Ryan's
Ryan
Jim
was
from The
continuing.
Office. It's Jim Ryan.
Owen Wilson has been Jack Ryan.
I thought
and-
that was a
Owen
continuation.
Wilson?
Yeah, and Some of All Fears.
Drill
I
Bit
thought that was
Taylor.
a spin-off of the
Jack Ryan
movie.
movie.
What the
fuck?
Chris Pine's been Jack Ryan.
Okay. Let's get out of the Tom Clancy, Jack Ryan, the fucking Tom Cruise universe, please. Can we go back to Grizzly Man? I have some things to say. Okay.
Some of All
they
Fears is
find-
Ben Affleck, and I want to correct
I
myself.
really do want to talk about. Okay, have you actually heard this guy, the recording of him getting attacked by this bear?
Yep.
No.
You've not heard the actual recording. It's not in the
Yep.
movie.
No.
But
I just
it
remember
is-
them finding like articles of clothing in the bear's guts or something.
Werner Herzog is listening to it in front of his widow, which he makes her say pretty much that she's his widow. It's so funny. He's like,
Yeah.
would you say that you're a widow? She's like, she laughs. She goes, huh, you know what? I guess I would say that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he got eaten by a bear.
And
Right?
Yeah, because he was
but
fucking insane.
He's listening to the recording. Someone gives him the recording of the last like fucking 7 minutes of his life as he's getting attacked by this bear. Werner Herzog is listening to it and going, "Oh God, oh my God, you need to never listen to this." She goes, "I will never listen to it." He goes, "You can never listen to this. You have to take this tape and you have to just burn it." You don't
Oh my
promise
God.
me you'll never listen to this. And she's like, I'll never listen. I was just like, what the fuck is happening? But the actual tape, once you actually hear it, there's like 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the internet.
Screaming.
It is the noises that the bear is making it's just holy fucking shit. It just
I'm so tempted.
the
right
biggest
now to
fucking
just
beast.
Stop this and watch it.
Yeah, everyone just go listen to it if you can handle it. But it's a guy being
Oh my
fucking
God.
mauled and screaming. You can't see anything, so it's not so
Should
bad.
we just
I mean,
play
listen,
it on?
I
Should
you know
we
it's
play it on here?
You know it's real. Yeah. Okay. Go into the clip now. No, I'm just kidding. No, we are not doing that, dude. It is bad. It is really.
Don't derail.
I
this
get
It,
final
uh,
say. I'm just gonna
podcast.
release it.
It like kept me up. I was in bed and I was like, holy fucking shit.
I just have one question.
I was hearing
have
that guy
one
screaming
question.
in my sleep.
That's scary.
So it sounds like a bear eating a man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a bear like, and him just being like, he's like telling his, because his girlfriend's there, his girlfriend in quotations is there, and she got mauled too, but you don't like hear anything from her. You hear her just being like, fight back, oh my god, and it's pretty fucking intense.
Guess they forgot the bear spray.
But otherwise, the movie's hilarious.
Well, yeah, like so I saw it in middle school, and we watched it at a friend's birthday party, and
Wow.
it was like
I watched it at a party at my house.
yeah, but I was like
Thanks, Mom.
12 or 13, and we were at this guy's birthday party, and it was me, him, another friend, and then his girlfriend. So there's just 4 of us there, and that was like airing on TV. We had no idea it was Werner Herzog or anything. We were just like Grizzly Man, and like we watched
Yep.
it, and we could not stop laughing. We didn't do drugs. We weren't drinking. We were kids
Yep.
drinking soda, eating popcorn, and laughing our fucking asses off watching Grizzly Man, just like dying laughing. 10 years later, I'm smoking pot with some friends, and we look up his filmography for whatever reason, and he directed Grizzly Man, and I fucking flipped. I don't think I've seen it since I was in middle school, though. And all I remember is him just like obsessing over the fucking bear shit.
Oh yeah.
I just
my
remember
God,
having
this
a
just
high-pitched
came out
voice,
of
too.
her.
Dude,
Like, this just
ex-
came out of her.
Dude, it was the
bitch.
exact same thing with me and my friends. Like I was having a party at my house, at my parents' house, and like that was on TV, and we all sat down and started watching it, like a bunch of people, and we were just like cracking the fuck up. And then he got eaten by a bear, and we were all like,
Yeah. I was like, that's how it ends?
So
and we were just all like, it was a big party, and all of us laughing at this guy fucking loving on bears, and then just dead,
Yeah.
and just like, oh.
well, yeah,
everybody's going home
part,
now?
The part where Werner Herzog is talking about like how he doesn't agree with them, like near the end of the documentary, he's like, when I look into a bear's eyes, all I see is just the hunger of like, it's just like, he's talking about the bear's like nature and like what the guy actually thought, and was just like,
All
it's
the bear knows
like-
is
so
the
like-
hunger to feel itself before the long winter.
I do not agree with Timothy's theories.
Well, wasn't Timothy like I haven't watched it in a really long time. When I watched it, I must have been like 12. I watched it alone in my room on a school night. I had the DVD from the library. I didn't know what the fuck it was, and I put it in my PS2 and I watched it, and it was it really kind of fucked me up. But wasn't he like calling her over? Like he was calling the bear over. He gave her a name.
Oh, yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
like
He interacted
he
with them
named a
pretty
bunch of them.
frequently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
He
named all
like
of them.
named all of them, yeah, for sure.
And then they were like, "Oh wait, we got to eat this fucking dude." And then they
No,
did.
it was a different. He had stayed in the area that he was camping much longer than he ever did into the fall.
Okay.
So when he went there with his girlfriend, the bears that he knew that he had named were already hibernating, and there was
shit.
other grizzly bears. I think a different kind of bear, as well, that were like a little more violent, moved into the area as the others were hibernating.
And he got
so
killed
he
by
was
them.
like he was staying in, and he was like bragging. He's like, you know what? The best way you can stay alive is to just. He reminds me of the guy Alan Tutorial. You ever seen Alan Tutorial? Where he's like, "Hey, tutorial heads, today we will be."
Yeah, no, he had that
Yeah,
fucking
it's totally
crazy
like that.
high-pitched voice and
It's
stuff,
hilarious.
yeah.
But he's like, so the way you want to camp is with these dangerous animals around. You want to camp right out in the open, but we're not doing that. My tent's right behind me. You can't even see it. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, it's right back there. Can't see it at all. Totally hidden. This is super dangerous. This is like a recording he made like literally 2 days before he died. And so these other bears, that's really the reason. He should have known better, probably, being such a
Like a bear expert or supposedly a bear expert.
I don't know. Like he was too
He
far
didn't
gone.
recognize the bear.
He was too far gone. Well, I think the bear just came up to his tent,
Like if you're that
Yeah,
familiar with,
just-
I
you
guess.
know,
yeah,
and
just fucking.
he's
mauled
fucking
him.
hiding.
What are you gonna
He's
do,
hiding in the
outrun it?
woods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine waking up to a bear tomorrow morning in your bedroom.
No, not gonna
Okay,
do it.
well then-
I saw Annihilation. I don't want to do that.
Oh, hey, what's up, Chase? How's it going? And we're best friends.
He-
what
if
is
he
what does
spoke
this
to
guy
me-
expect?
He spoke to me.
I was searching for the audio to
hey.
his death because I'm a monster. And in searching
I'm
for
going
it,
to do that tomorrow.
I was
or
looking for
tonight, I mean.
I was looking for different things, and we'll do it tonight. Don't worry, man.
Oh,
No.
thank you, sir.
We'll listen to this man die.
While looking for different things, I was like, let's see what other like audio files there are of this. Let's compare and
Right.
contrast.
Audio
you know,
files?
Yeah, I was just
audio
thinking. that.
MP. Well, I don't know. Fuck. Sorry for the layman.
Audio
Right.
FILESs.
Yeah, I was looking for those MP3s, searching on iTunes for the Grizzly Man soundtrack. No doubt.
Oh man, if they had put that on
No
the
doubt
soundtrack
did
at the,
the
very
soundtrack.
end, it's
Yeah.
just like the audio of him getting fucking murdered by the bear. Oh my god.
That should have
One
been
of
the end
those
of the movie.
extended tracks at
No,
the
I'm just
end.
kidding.
It's like a 20-minute song in the last minute.
Yeah,
It's
and
just him getting fucking mauled.
then I just want Larry David to turn it into a musical.
But I found this audio track of this guy. It was like 7 minutes long, so I was like, oh, like maybe there's more. I clicked on it,
Cool.
and it was just this guy just being like, "Oh hey bear, oh hey there bear, how you doing bear?" And he's like, "Oh hey there buddy, just come on over here. I'm nice. Pet me." And like saying all this shit. There's this whole skit between him and the bear, and then the guy fucking being mauled at the end. But it's just like a normal little background. You know, it's just
Yeah.
it's very unassuming.
It's crazy.
And it was
User
pretty
created
funny.
content.
Let's talk about Herzog and what's the other Abel Ferreira.
Abel Ferrara, baby, Ferrara.
So Werner Herzog picked up this script, which was written by Finkelstein, right? Finkelstein,
Finkelstein.
and was like, "All right, yeah, I'm making this fucking movie," and he wanted to call it Port of Call New Orleans. I guess I don't know because that's probably what Finkelstein called it.
Okay, time out. Porter call. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely off base. But when I think Porter call, I think Navy. I don't think any branch of anything else. Maybe I'm wrong.
It's
Maybe
a
just-
cop term. It's a cop term. Like
It is?
Yeah,
Okay.
for port cities.
Okay.
Yeah, I also agreed with you the first time I saw it and had to look into it. And
Okay. Okay.
yeah, it is a thing. It's like your port of call New York is also a thing.
He was in a port with
Okay.
Exhibit when they were dumping
It's
bodies.
any like
Come on.
Watertown.
They were in a port. They were in a
port
port.
town.
Hey, I'm gonna put some condos here where I dump this body.
You can do Port of Town Los Angeles. You can do Port of
Hey,
Town
man.
Baltimore.
You're the Port Authority.
Condos. What we were thinking is we put some monitors in it, man. We put some monitors and some big ass rims in this shit, man. That's what we thought we'd do. We're gonna pimp your murder.
Oh my god, that'd be so great. All right, fool, come on in here.
I pity that fool.
Mr. T and Exhibit.
Yeah, Mr. Teen Exhibit. They get along.
But I want to talk about how Werner Herzog he wanted to do this film, and I don't know why.
I
but
think he found the character interesting.
yeah.
I think that's what it was. I think he found the character
But
interesting.
what I'm trying to get at is that Abel Ferreira, who did the first Bad Lieutenant, it was literally just a studio choice for Bad Lieutenant to be stuck on Werner Herzog's film.
Yeah.
And both of the directors hated it.
Yeah.
Abel Ferreira fucking hated that there was going to be a sequel
Or a remake.
or a remake.
he
to his
hated that-
movie.
that he was like, why the fuck are you remaking my
And
movie?
it is weird. It's not really like it's like a second edition. Like it's
It's not a
remake.
remake. It's not a remake.
It's
but
I've never
it
seen the
has
first
a
one, but
lot of similarities.
There's no way it's a remake.
It's
There's no
just
way
the
they
character.
made this
the character,
twice.
No.
The character is the part that stays the same. He is a bad lieutenant, but the
Yeah.
story
Drug
is
addict.
very different.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
drug addict.
There's no religious themes.
No.
None of
Well,
that.
the thing they share is that
Yeah, the
that
nun
they're-
getting raped.
the all
Nun
really-
rape doesn't happen in New Orleans.
There in the original, there's literally a scene where he
In
hallucinates.
reality, it probably.
There's a scene where he hallucinates.
Port of Call, New Orleans.
no, yeah, no, just continue.
In the original, he hallucinates Jesus in a Catholic church and calls him a rat fuck. So like, the original is a completely different like set of things. But
And isn't he like sobbing? I remember.
Oh yeah.
yeah, he's sobbing. He goes,
He's like,
"Fuck! Where were you, you rat fuck?" Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the original. But the DNA that these two share is that they're both cops, they're both lieutenants, they're both drug addicts, they both fuck prostitutes, and they don't give a fuck about the law. They both see bookies, and then they kind of both do give a fuck about the law. Like they try to do the right thing at the end, but in Port of Call, New Orleans, he like leverages his situation and his troubles more to his advantage than in the original. In the original, he's a fucking piece of shit mess
He is a
who's like
mess.
racked
He is
with guilt
a
over
mess.
what he's done. He rapes underage
Right.
girls in the movie. Like there's literally a scene where he fucking fucks these like 16-year-old girls in a traffic stop. And it's like, it's much darker, much more fucked up, much more like sad
Yes.
and thematic.
But-
There's so much more depth to the original, I think.
Well, that's because it's
a real
literally
movie?
it all comes back to the studio. They're not. Neither of them are connected. They're not connected. They're
just
I think they're just
completely different.
In name,
and the
in
studio
name
was
they are
like,
the same.
"Hey, branding.
Yeah.
Let's we can probably get some
They're like-
traction on Bad Lieutenant because that was successful." And I mean, I guess they did, but probably would have been fine without the Bad Lieutenant.
Yeah.
Her-
How was this show marketed in like a? In a
It barely was. It was barely marketed.
But was it marketed like as a sincere movie or
This is like
I don't
after
know.
Ghost Rider too, which I thought.
It's after Ghost Rider.
after Ghost
What? This
Rider?
is after Ghost
After
Rider.
Ghost
After
Again,
Ghost Rider.
again,
It's
I
the
think-
same year
I
as
think
National
Herzog was
Treasure
just-
2.
Okay, again, I just think Herzog was trolling hard on this. But
I don't think it was
He
trolling.
really likes Nicolas Cage.
I
though.
think he was making a statement about the American police officer. I think he was trying to say something about how fucked up American like police politics are. And like I think if anything that's what this movie is about. And it's also about like his relationship to the black community.
maybe, but it's pretty shallow on that. I don't know.
I'm not saying it's deep. I'm just saying that like if anything, I think
Clearly
that
it's
might
not
be
deep
what
'cause
Herzog
he's-
is doing.
clearly it's not deep because he destroyed his back as soon as he jumped in
Okay,
the water at the beginning of
Wow.
the movie.
Oh God.
Which you're supposed to just infer, like, what? He jumped into the water. Oh, now he's got. Is that his call to action? Is his call to action back pain?
We don't see him
Is
do
that, like,
drugs
his-
until 6 months later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
dude, it doesn't make any sense to me. The beginning of this film, there are a lot
Whole
of things.
thing.
There are a lot of things that are real fucked up, and the call to action, so you say, is literally the worst part. Because that's so backwards to even call it a call of action. I can't explain that. But
No,
think-
like the inciting incident, like the thing.
do
that
we
kinda
want
sparks-
to get into
Well, let
the
me tell
beginning
you.
We
of this
probably
film?
should at this
Yeah.
point.
Well, can I tell you what I think? Okay, I think that beginning scene, and then the way the movie plays out, and then the way the movie ends, and especially. You can see it a lot during the scene with Val Kilmer at the very end with Exhibit when he wants to frame him for murder, which we will get to because that's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But like that,
Yeah.
and then the actual way the movie ends, I think that this is almost him being like, this is a character study of a guy who completely understands how he's going to move up in the force. Like he knows when he's going, like when he does something, it's going to be revered as like heroic. Because especially at the end when like I don't think he gave a fuck about Exhibit during the entire movie, and like that
He didn't give a
ending
fuck
is
about
him being
anybody.
like, I know if I just arrest him, I'm gonna get it promoted.
I
Like,
think
he
that
gets more
Exhibit-
power. It's like he knows how
The
to
fact that
acquire
Exhibit
power.
is even in the movie is like almost like Werner Herzog is being like, haha, like.
It's all on purpose. I honestly think.
I
it's
think
all
that Chase
purpose.
is such a film purist that he can't cope when directors do poorly
Okay, I can.
or unintentional shit,
I can
which I think
cope.
happens a lot.
I can
It's all
cope.
And I
intentional, though.
understand and I
cope,
learn a
but-
lot from you, but I think that shit happens and
No, Ben's
people
right.
do stupid shit.
Everything's intentional. That's everything's
it's
intentional.
not. It's not though.
But it's psychologically, even if it's fucking like subconscious, it's fucking intentional. So, like,
what Werner
Well, that
Herzog-
can fuck
I
up a
think
story
by- I
though.
think-
Either
yeah,
way,
exactly,
like-
and
Kind of
that's why
by
we see
defi-
fucked up movies.
Hold on. I think by definition, if it's subconscious, it's not really intentional.
yeah, that's true.
Everything's there for a fucking reason, though. There's a way to get to the fucking center at it, and like it's more fun to think about these movies as being like, what did he actually mean by any of this? Because this is what I have. This is what I have to go by. And
don't
especially
know.
with the
I don't
director,
know.
especially with the director like Werner Herzog. We're not talking about like fucking Brian Yuzna. We're talking about a guy who's known to be.
What the fuck? Crawl space? Come on, dude.
We're talking about a guy who's.
Class kids here. Crawl space.
We're talking about a guy who's known to be very,
Damn.
very intentional about the way he crafts films.
Society. Hello. Have you heard of it?
Maybe, maybe. But we're talking about a guy who's very intentional about the way he crafts films, and this is a movie that is like across the board critically received. So like at the very least, even if I don't completely agree, and I look at scenes and I go, I don't think that's intentional, I still have to go. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to look at it like everything's there on purpose. And at the end of that journey, if I still go, it's you fucked up, then that's what it is.
But
like
you-
I'm gonna give him
I only
briefly
ask-
that benefit of the doubt and go, this is the movie you presented to me. What do you
I
want me to pull
understand
away?
that, Chase. I understand that. That's how you want to view every movie. That every movie is intentionally done the way it should be, and you should view it that way.
Especially with a director like this. I'm not talking about like
I
there's some
understand.
directors where you're
I
like,
understand.
I know.
But it doesn't always happen that way because humans are humans, and they
Nope.
have fault. And this guy made a shit ton of movies.
I know. I'm not defending this movie on yet.
But you like to defend every movie.
yes, I want to defend the
Every
movie.
single movie that we call a piece of shit, you will start immediately being on the defensive for it. And I'm like, damn it.
I have to be.
Okay.
We can't just
Okay.
we can't just immediately shit on it.
Dan.
There's
I'll say-
there's a purpose behind something here.
I'll say I don't think directors do fuck up, but I think almost all of this was intentional. But then Devil's Advocate again saw in the little Amazon trivia that water at the beginning of the movie. They tried
Black
to make
coffee.
it brown.
Yeah.
They tried. Well, they
Hilarious.
tried to make it brown with paint. That was toxic. Then they tried to make it brown with regular coffee. The actor
And the
fucking
people
absorbed
got
it through his,
sick.
which just made me think of like Aaron Eckhart in fucking Thank You for Smoking, like just fucking nicotine patches all over. That's must be what they were going through.
Yeah,
so
right?
like directors, they do fuck up because
Oh no, absolutely,
Yeah, he probably
absolutely.
shouldn't have
A
done
lot of
paint
people
or
fucked up
regular
on that
coffee
one though.
first.
A lot of people fucked up on that one. That's a special effects expert. Like Werner Herzog didn't walk on that set and go, "This is what we're doing."
All I'm saying,
Like there were a bunch of people on that decision.
all I'm saying is that I wish that we could talk about this in a real way that isn't clouded by shit that I don't think was maybe
we don't even know what the intention is.
maybe
Like,
it
what
was
did he-
intentional, maybe it wasn't. But let's just talk about the film because it's hard with Werner Herzog. It really is hard to know because he's made so many goddamn films and he's really great and he's also funny. And it's like where's the line? I don't know where the fucking line is. Of what's
It's
real?
like us analyzing The Room, except in the opposite direction because that movie.
Yeah, it's very strange.
He was intent. He
It is very
intended for it to be
strange.
a great fucking movie, but something's wrong with him.
So
Something is probably wrong with Werner Herzog too, but I don't know.
we can
it's a
really
different-
we can go back and forth. Maybe we'll have an answer by the end, but maybe we should just I don't know. I don't
We
know.
should go
There's-
through the movie
go
and try
through
and
the movie.
figure out if there's anything
We
there.
should talk about
Yeah.
the movie.
Let's talk about the
It all
fucking
started with
movie
lower
and see
back
what's
pain.
up.
Maybe he was like kind of foreshadowing the opioid crisis. I don't know. And Nicolas Cage's character like is actually the opioid crisis in America today. And then there's like a happy ending, and like Brad Dourif is there, and he's here to like help us as Americans. See, the hardest thing is that like analyzing and drawing substance from this movie is kind of like it's
Well,
a
no,
fool's
there-
errand.
There
there's-
is definitely some kind of substance here,
it's
even
very-
if it's
it's
fucking
very
loose.
tiny.
There is, but
tiny.
it's truly one of those moments where we're actually concocting it in our own individual minds what the substance is, because we don't know, because it could possibly be a Werner Herzog, just fucking him being Werner Herzog. He's kind of like he's a mischievous kind of guy. He really is.
No, I
I
know.
liked the.
You know,
But yeah,
I like
don't know.
that there were some connections back to our earlier films from this month.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
yeah.
there's
like-
lots of them.
Yeah, there's lots of them. I mean, for one, just the dating a pros, as his dad says.
Oh,
Pross.
The
Yeah.
pros and the alcoholism
yeah.
and the drugs.
Yeah. And then, dude, when he comes out from behind the door at the nursing home,
Yeah, for sure.
I love that
that
part.
and
old
also,
lady, the old lady.
and also, I wrote down, "What's in your mouth, Nick Cage?
Oh.
Veneers, or is it vampire fangs?"
Yeah, he's got marble mouth in it for sure.
Especially after those like internal investigators like get sicked on him, and he has that
Oh,
interview
yeah.
right after the scene where he
Right
threatens the
after.
old women. Like right after that, the rest of the movie he's doing this like, yeah, I'm. Of course I didn't start it. What are you talking about?
Because he probably actually did cocaine on set.
Did he?
No, he was doing baby powder lines.
he did
not
baby
doing
powder. I
cocaine.
thought
He was?
but he actually
Okay, so
snorted
then
baby powder.
Yeah.
He's
What
just
the
acting.
fuck?
He's like literally acting like he's on cocaine.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens. You get the fucking mouth and shit, and he was doing the mouth, and he also probably has fake teeth. So the
So
mixture of the two.
I read that like Chase, you had told me that he based his acting off of his own drunkenness in Leaving Las Vegas.
Yeah.
like filming himself. But I read in this movie's
He didn't.
facts that he like got drunk on set
Oh what?
of Leaving Las Vegas. And this was
Oh,
a
yeah,
set.
yeah, yeah.
This was a set that he didn't like actually do shit. He was just like fucking snorting baby powder lines and like acting
he-
fucking crazy.
he didn't
He's probably
prepare-
getting hyped up by Exhibit too. Like I bet they had a fucking blast. Honestly,
I think Werner Herzog fucking hyped him up. I mean, think about it. Werner Herzog dealt with Klaus Kinski for
Yeah,
many
right.
movies, like at least 3. I think more than that. 3 like movies. And
Many
Kin-
moons.
He held a gun to Klaus Kinski's head on a gear ray.
Yeah, it
and
said,
told him to finish the
"Fuck
fucking
you."
movie. Yeah, so
I
like
will kill you if you don't finish this.
I'm
movie.
sure Herzog brought a certain energy to the project that Nicolas Cage just fucking loved. 'Cause,
So-
I mean,
Or he
he
was like,
said,
I really need the
Apparently,
money.
Werner Herzog really fucking loved Nicolas Cage, and I'm sure Nicolas Cage respects the shit.
Nicolas
out
Cage
of
at one point I read
him.
during the shooting of this movie told everyone on set he goes silence, and he stands up and he goes, "That's a real director."
Yeah, this guy knows what he's
That's
doing.
Herzog.
Yeah. He was commenting
Fucking
on how Herzog was not setting up extra shots.
Yeah, he only shot
Like,
what
he
was
only
going to be
shot
in the
what
movie.
was going to be in the movie, and he was like, finally, a director who knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And fucking Herzog, on the other end, said that Nicolas Cage is the basic architect of his own performance, and was like praising him on how he would give Nicolas Cage notes, and he would immediately take it and then turn it into his own. Like in fucking, you know, it didn't say specifically how long it took. You know, I'm guessing that he would like give him a note though, and it would be like, dude, I hear actors like, what's her name from fucking what's that Andre what's his name? It's about God in the house with
What?
Corey
it just came
my
out.
God.
It just came out not too long ago. It's
Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
no,
I love that
it's
book.
it's got what's her name? She's in the X-Men now. She's like fucking Jean Grey, but she plays in this house as Eve, and it's about
talking about Mother?
Mother, yeah.
You're talking about Mother?
talking about
You're
Mother.
talking about Jennifer Lawrence?
Jennifer Lawrence.
plays
who was
Mystique?
who was Mystique
I'm-
in X-Men
I'm com-
way before she was in Mother.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, she's still in there though. But I'm comparing Jean Grey to Nicolas Cage.
Wait, Jean Grey or Jennifer Lawrence?
Mystique. I'm sorry. I mean Jennifer Lawrence.
God damn it.
Jennifer Lawrence is like Nicolas Cage in that she can take notes really great.
Okay, I
Apparently,
was confused for a second.
she's amazing at it. I've heard.
I mean, this is Nicolas Cage's movie. It's just as insane as he is, probably as a person in real life, but also
He got arrested in New Orleans like during this, I think,
right. He
for domestic
doesn't
battery
he-
and public drunkenness.
yeah, he has a place in New Orleans too, or he used to.
He
He's
used
like a real
to.
estate
It
guy.
got seized by the government, and it was like the
Did
most
it?
haunted. Yeah, it was the most haunted. I've been there. I've been right outside of it. It's the most haunted house, quote unquote, in New Orleans, and it was like this woman who, like, she's in the character of her is in American Horror Story Coven, played by Kathy Bates, but she like tortured and murdered like hundreds of slaves.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
and-
burned him in a kitchen
And like
or some shit.
Hundreds
and, like
of
buried
James
them under the
Caans.
floors and stuff. And like he bought that house, and then he built himself a pyramid tomb in one of the graveyards in New Orleans. You can look it up. It is a pyramid tomb.
Look it
That
up,
dude-
people.
Listen,
He's gonna be buried
I'll tell you, I have been looking it up because I've been real into these primitive building videos lately on YouTube. You seen these?
boy.
You seen these primitive building videos?
Nope.
Ooh boy! Now I'll tell you, I'm one to like to watch a video as I fall asleep, but I'm always like, oh, now I'm into this movie or whatever, and I'm awake for a long time. These primitive building videos, it's like the sounds of the dang Amazon rainforest. ring.
It's a Vietnamese guy.
It's a Vietnamese guy building little pyramids and huts and pools, just with sticks and stones and puppy dog tails.
The fuck is happening? Is our
Why are we
podcast
doing-
falling apart? I fell apart. You fell apart. Now we're talking about fucking stones.
We all smoked a little of that Nicolas Cage crack. Am I right? Touchdown!
Oh yeah!
So Nicolas Cage. Let's talk about his hair.
whoa! Wow!
I
Big
would like to
mistake.
talk about his hair
Big mistake.
because
Oh, yeah.
we
Big
we-
mistake.
We
Oh yeah!
we also do
Hair.
get like that famous side swipe that he does at the beginning of Vampire's Kiss when he's leaving the room after he sees the bat. Where he's just like "Ugh," and like swipes his hair. We get one of those in this movie right when he leaves the football player that he like fucking says he's gonna arrest if he doesn't throw the game. Right at the
Crazy
end
scene.
of that scene, he just grazes the side
Yeah.
of his head and does a spin move. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
Yes.
even at the beginning when he they arrest like one of the guys in the neighborhood when they're investigating the Singhalese murders, and he fist bumps him and then goes up with his hand. He's just
Oh, he just hand dabs
Yeah,
him.
he, like, hand dabs
He
him
says,
and comes
"Hey,
up.
you respect me, and
I'll
you'll be
respect
respected."
you. And he just like brings his hand up. It's so funny.
It's so fucking hilarious. I
I love him in this. Like I think he's
Cage
so
is-
funny in this.
Cage is so fucking funny. I love that Herzog gave him what I was gonna say with him giving him direction. I think it's so funny on both ends because Herzog to Nicolas Cage was just like, I want you to hold your head like a vulture. Your gaze should precede your shoulders. And he did it immediately.
Is that why he's walking
I'm like,
so
yeah, of
stiff?
course he did. He's Nicolas Cage. He's gonna take what you give him and just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna do that to the utmost extent," and just fucking murder like everything you thought was gonna actually happen. He doesn't go subtle.
No, he's big. He's just like limpy. He almost looks like he does in Vampire's Kiss.
Yes,
By the end,
I'm
he's
just like, oh, we had to fuck up Nicolas Cage's back at the beginning of this movie because we can't have him just do a normal walking like performance.
he's
He
doing-
has to be.
he's doing like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining. He's like, "Brr."
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting though that he can do these roles and then also like National Treasure.
I know, which
Where it's-
I watched
Where
this
it's
week.
so good and amazing. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
what are you talking
He's
about?
not. No,
what are you
no, no,
talking?
You're not
He's
listening.
not good or
You're
amazing.
not-
He's just he's like Hollywood man.
He's just phoning it in.
He's just
Well, he's not phoning
No.
it in. Like, have you rewatched? He is giving a performance in that it's just like so toned the fuck down. It like
That's
I
what I'm
just
saying.
rewatched.
I don't know. I don't
Are
know what
you
you
just-
mean by
are
tone
you
the
just
fuck
saying-
down with Nicolas Cage. Like I don't.
Have you watched Nick?
Why would I rewatch National Treasure?
I rewatched it this week.
This week.
I rewatched it 2 days ago.
It's 2019, gentlemen.
Are you only saying that you were impressed that Nicolas Cage is capable of turning down his volume?
No, I'm impressed that
Like,
he's able to
that's-
do a film like Adaptation, National Treasure, and Port of Call New Orleans in the same decade.
In the same
I'm-
decade.
honestly,
well, he does a lot more than that.
And he's done a ton more
Adaptation
than
is the
that.
only
He's on
thing.
Captain Corelli's mandolin.
Adaptation is the only thing on the list.
Exactly,
I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
I-
there you go.
Yeah, for sure. There we go. We got one.
No, that's an Academy.
I'm not
no.
impre-
That's
I'm
an
not
Academy
impressed that he
Award-winning
could make a
performance. But like,
paycheck.
take Adaptation, you take National Treasure, and you take Port of Call New Orleans. I'm not saying that they're all great performances. I'm saying one of them's a great performance, and the other two are like, I can't believe that's the same fucking actor from both of them. Like, it
yeah,
goes
but
from
you're acting
one,
like
and you're
it's a
like, okay,
positive.
kind of is.
I don't know.
It cut-
That seems a little strange.
Would you want to live in a world that that doesn't have a person like that?
No,
that
no, no.
doesn't have this
No, no,
man
no.
in it.
He's
I
fun.
Think,
He's
I
fun.
think that
He's
his
fun.
existence makes my existence mean a little bit more.
I am a
No.
huge
Nope.
Nicolas Cage
Nope.
fan.
Me
okay?
more, no.
I love Nicolas Cage very much, and I love his theatrics, and I know that he's doing it. I know that he is aware of that he is doing it. He knows. He fucking knows.
Of course.
But do I think that all of his movies, I'm not like wowed by it. I'm like, that's Nicolas Cage.
Of course.
Is Nicolas Cage a
because
Scientologist?
No, he's not.
This is
No,
No, definitely not.
Not
He's-
at
that's
all.
interesting.
See, that's
he's crazy
interesting.
all on his own. He doesn't need that shit.
Well, no, because you know how like the actors and Scientologists, they're such fucking amazing actors. And
Like Elizabeth Olsen.
I love it now we're just talking about
Yeah,
Nicolas
sure.
Cage. Like, we're just like, who the fuck? Nicolas Cage!
well, should we talk
It's
about
Cage
Exhibit's fucking
Uncaged.
acting range?
That's what I'm trying to say is like the acting
dog.
range between Adaptation, National Treasure, and then Port of Call New Orleans. You got three completely different kinds of
Dude,
characters.
even Mandy.
But that's because he's saying yes
Fucking
to
Mandy.
everything.
Not at this point. Not at this
That's
point.
all I'm.
Not at this
Oh,
point.
yes,
yeah.
Not at this point.
absolutely.
No, not
Everything he has
Oh,
time
yeah.
for.
Those three
everything he
movies
has
are not.
time for.
You have a fucking Spike Lee Charlie Kaufman movie, a Disney movie, and then a Werner Herzog movie. You don't say no to those people, even if those movies end up being like. It's just like
Yeah,
his
but
Martin
at this
Scorsese
point,
movie
he
is not
is
Has he
saying
great.
done a
yes to
Christmas
everything.
movie yet?
At this point, he's
He's
not.
fucking been doing so many goddamn
No,
movies.
it's right.
all the time.
It's-
His whole career.
I know, but if you track his career from the moment
good
he wins the
offers.
Oscar and Leaving Las Vegas till Port of Call New Orleans, all of those movies, they may not be great. And obviously not all of them are great, but all of them have some kind of major studio component. They all have some major studio like director behind them. They all make sense for an actor to go, of course I'm going to do this because this would further my career. It's after this movie and after the lawsuits fall in and he loses all his fucking money in the summer after this movie comes out that he starts doing the bottom of the barrel, literally everything you can imagine. He's been in 97 movies. Almost 50 of them have come out since 2010.
A broken clock is right 2 times a day.
Are you calling me a broken clock?
No, I'm talking about Nicolas Cage.
Hacking.
I'm talking about Bukkake, baby. No.
Has Nicolas Cage done a Bukkake film? If not, I don't know. about
He did
acting.
8mm, and that is about as close as you're gonna get.
I think that the bankruptcy is something that you can dwell on, but at the same time, Nicolas Cage has always been the same creature he has always been.
He hasn't changed at all. I'm not saying he's changed. I'm just
is
saying his work.
wackadoo.
He is a Coppola.
He's
He's
Zandali,
like,
baby.
oh yeah, experimental film, leaving Las Vegas. So happy you guys gave me the Academy Award so I can be weird as fuck forever. And it's like, yeah, you're right.
We get the
Nicolas
Rock,
Cage.
we get
We
Con
fucked
Air,
up.
We get Face Off. We get 8mm. We get fucking Captain Corelli's mandolin. We get Bringing Out the Dead. We get fucking this. We get I can't complain. I can't complain.
we're not- I'm not-
I enjoy these movies.
I'm not complaining,
Experience.
but I am wondering the merit of people's. I was about to say
Listen,
existence. and that's
let's say
not
I
right
was
at all.
Let's say for any fucking reason, one of us became a very famous actor, and you won an Oscar.
He's
and
been
you
a
got
fuck
cast-
up his whole life.
No, but wouldn't you be fucking crazy on screen if you could?
Yeah.
If you were given the
Oh,
like,
I'm
well, we
saying
already
Nicolas
paid you
Cage is a
$150
very
million.
normal man. Yes.
Well, no, he likes like reading comic books and doing.
He was
Whoa.
almost Superman. He was almost Superman
In Tim
with
Burton.
Tim Burton. Yeah.
I mean, just like
That
a
would've
good
been a
actor,
weird
he
one.
wastes a lot of money.
I
I'm
would've loved
so
it.
bummed that it's not been made though. Like it would be like what?
Not now, but in the 90s when Tim Burton was doing practical
That's
effects, you'd be
exactly
like,
what I would say.
I know it is because I got it from you.
Well, they can't make one good Superman movie, right?
they haven't.
Fuck
make-
no.
Can't really
Smallville's the
make one
best
good Hulk
Superman movie.
either. Have they made a good Hulk
Superman
movie?
2 is the best Superman movie.
I'm joking.
All right, Mike
Talk
Birbiglia.
about
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about Cage and
about
Saturn
you
films
and
and the production company. Just
All right,
kidding.
Does
Let's
anyone
go
really have
into
anything to
fucking-
say about Protocol New Orleans?
Yes, yes.
Is one
Let's
concise
start
thought.
from the beginning.
A snake in the water.
Oh, the moccasin
just-
represents blah blah blah. We go.
I literally wrote snake in water
penis.
metaphor question mark.
Okay.
Oh my
It's,
God.
it stands for
But
penis.
Can we talk about how Val Kilmer and Cage are betting on this man's death time? And then all of a sudden, Nicolas Cage is like, I'm not going to fucking, not all of a sudden in this point, but he's like, I'm not going to waste my fucking $55 Swiss underwear on you. My girlfriend bought them. And then is like, actually, I am just all of a sudden. And you're like, wait, what changed his mind? Why
I
did he
think-
do it? And did he land on a table and break his back?
Okay,
And
so
what
I just
happened?
think it was just
world
saying
will
that
never know.
he's good. He's good at heart. He's got a good
No.
He's got a good heart
What?
somewhere deep down in there. No.
Oh,
that-
by
that
the end of it,
literally-
he's impregnated Eva Mendes and
No, no,
stopped
no.
drinking and still fucks like crazy.
Well, he
Yeah,
wagers
no, no,
over.
he's-
yeah,
So I don't know
he's-
what's happening.
Okay. I'm just saying, he's got his flaws, but then he stopped drinking. He's trying to be the best he can be, you know?
I completely disagree with that. I think right before he jumps in that water, they just went to that guy's locker. They stole his friend's wife's nudes. He goes, "Fuck Duffy." He takes the nudes. He's gonna use them as blackmail.
That's not the guy in the
leverage.
prison cell.
Yes, and then they
No,
go outside,
it's
and the
not-
guy in
it is the-
the guy in the prison cell is down there right after that happens, and they start taking bets on when he's gonna die, and then Cage saves him because I think there's a moment, and right in that first scene where he goes into the locker room and he steals that guy's nudes, and Stevie's like, which is Val Kilmer's character, and he's like, "What am I gonna tell Duffy?" And he goes, "Fuck Duffy," and it's like he's obviously like he takes every opportunity to have leverage over somebody else, to have power over somebody else, and to advance himself. And so they're taking bets on this guy and when he's gonna die. And Kilmer's like, "Let's go, we'll get his." Time of death from the coroner's office or whatever, and Cage jumps in after him because he realizes if he saves this guy, he gets recognized as being someone who saved, someone in Hurricane Katrina, and like it's heroism, and he gets his promotion, and that's literally how the movie starts, and then it's followed up. That's literally how the movie ends. Kilmer Stevie is like, let's fucking kill this guy, and he's like, no, I'm gonna fucking arrest him, and I'm gonna get myself promoted. If they killed him, he wouldn't have gotten promoted. So there's this like consistency to his character where he's looking out for himself the entire time. He's been corrupt from the fucking get-go, and he's not actually a nice guy. And then I think
So you'd say he's a bad lieutenant.
Shut the fuck up.
He is a bad lieutenant, though.
Protocol New Orleans.
At the end, he's a bad captain.
he's a self-serving lieutenant. He's he gets the bad guys at the end, right?
He's also, I mean, it just
he's
introduces his
effective at
character.
his job, right? But
Dude,
a piece
he's
of
like
shit.
House. He's
Yeah,
like House.
he's
He's fucking on Vicodin.
Hey, it's-
Doesn't play by the rules, but he gets results.
He's a gambling man.
There you go. Yeah, he is a gambling man. And in the first movie, the gambling kills him. And in this movie, he makes a fucking ton of money.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying that at the beginning, the locker that they go to is not their police mate?
It's a police mate.
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
saying-
I thought you were saying that it was the fucking guy in the jail cell below.
Oh.
And I
I'm
was
saying
like,
that I'm saying
no.
the jail cell followed immediately preceded that sequence.
Yes, it did.
And I'm
Yes,
saying
you're
that
correct.
sequence is like integral to the film because it's telling you like immediately he's out for himself and he's a piece of shit. And then
Yeah,
when he
I-
saves the
I
guy, it has
can-
nothing to do with the guy and
I can
everything to do with
understand.
him.
I can understand with that, but I did not think that. And I guess that's maybe just me being like, there was no moment where I saw a twinkle in his eye, and he was like, "I'm doing this for me. Hell yeah, woo!" It was just like
also
he just
Everything else
jumps
he
off.
does is for him. He rapes
He just
women. in
jumps
this.
off and is immediately. I guess he saves him. How does he get back pain? It just seems like he fucked up.
I
He
feel
like
like
fucked up his back when he jumped in the water. And
I
like,
think they wrote the end first.
Again, I feel like this. No. Okay, so Herzog is an amazing director. He's an amazing director, though I feel he is spiteful when he directs a modern narrative.
Okay, what other
and-
modern
and-
narratives have you seen him direct?
I don't know.
Spiteful
shut up.
House, though. Spiteful House.
Have you seen My Son, What Have You Done with Michael Shannon and
Let's
Grace
not
Zabriskie?
compare. Let's not compare, though.
Okay, I just think of him with this and with fucking Jack Reacher. I'm like, okay. Anyway.
You haven't even seen
I'm
Jack
just saying-
Reacher. You don't even know if he's
Shut
good
the
at it.
fuck up.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm saying Herzog's good, but I don't think this was a sincere. He did a weird Herzog thing. I liked it, but I don't think it was like really a fit for what this story was. This story needed to be directed by like just a plain action movie person for it to be a plain action movie. The guy who wrote it was just a fucking like churn 'em out like
TV show.
Hollywood, TV
kinda
show guy,
television guy.
and
yeah.
then
So-
and Nick Cage did a good job. I think like there were very good elements to this, but it was just like overall the writing,
Yeah.
why the fuck he just jumps into the water and boom, that's it.
Nicolas Cage is the best part about it, and if there was no one else to play but Nicolas Cage, it would be the longest fucking TV show special NYPD Blue bullshit ever.
Not quite, but like
Except for the iguanas.
no. Okay,
Except
so
for the Werner Herzog.
Iguana
exactly.
Herzog.
All the iguana stuff is Werner Herzog adding
Was
into the
there an
script.
iguana?
No, you're not wrong. That like the script
Lemon
itself,
curry.
the script itself is just like a TV writer going like, I'm gonna make True Detective, and like that's what the fucking movie feels like.
Before True Detective was True
True
Detective. Oh
yeah.
my god.
But it's Werner Herzog's direction that makes it a little bit better than just like, oh, this is a TV movie. It's Nicolas Cage who makes it better than like this is just a TV movie. And then Werner
Speaking
Herzog,
of True Detective, have you guys seen season 2?
not yet. I haven't started it yet. I heard Mahershala Ali was really fucking good in season 2.
Wait, season 2's out?
Yeah, it started on Sunday.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! I'm gonna check that out.
Wait, I thought it was season 3.
Oh, shut up, Ben!
Fuck
It's
off!
season 2. We forget.
It didn't happen.
The other one didn't happen, you fuck.
There's only been 2 seasons. This is the second season, Ben.
What are you talking
This
about?
is the second season.
Shut up, Ben.
Reality is what you make it, Ben.
Berenstein.
Time is a
Yeah,
flat circle.
Berenstain,
Ben.
come on, man. We're trying to
What does
make
this
our
have to-
own Mandela effect.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay.
Oh, okay, finally. Listeners
Anyway,
are
so-
screaming.
I think we're I think we're looking so deeply into a movie where
It's Gus Chase.
You
He's
don't
a
have-
purist. He's a
no,
fucking
no, 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 no.
purist.
Like there shouldn't even be a debate at what the meaning of this movie was.
Am I a purist?
Yes, he loves filmmakers.
I like filmmaking, and I want to get at to the fucking heart of it.
Ben's talking.
But
Shut
there
the
really
fuck up.
should be no debate like why the movie was made, why it's good, why it's bad.
No,
It's clearly
I think it's just a fucking thing. It just exists. It's nothing.
right. But for
Like
the
everything
purposes of
else,
being inside this
nihilist.
podcast, inside this cloud of the podcast, where there are restrictions, we're talking about it, right? So it's more than a thing. It's we wasted how long? A few hours now talking about what it is and what it's not. Along with other things, Grizzly Man, all these other things. Werner Herzog, as a filmmaker, it's like post-irony. There was a time where we would probably think like this is like bullshit NYPD Blue, but then put in the hands of Werner Herzog, it becomes a real film. And it's like elements of Werner Herzog, like at the end when he's like his soul is dancing. That shit was fucking good, and I really enjoyed that.
His
There's little
soul-
part-
His soul also had a mohawk.
Yeah, exactly. He was like a punk scene soul.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
That's his soul.
It was
That
super
was his
cool. And the
soul.
iguanas.
Guys, that's
and
his
the,
soul.
That's his soul.
Just the weird.
I'm Dave.
the weird
Hey, I'm Dave. I'm Andy. I'm James.
No, I wrote it down. I wrote it down.
No, his name. I wrote a lot of down about Dave.
I love it
Okay,
about
I'm
John.
Dave. That's Andy, and that's Jeff.
Okay. All right, guys. Listen, this episode's all over the fucking
so
place.
hard.
Let me
It's
just
so
go on my
hard.
Dave. Shut the. Like,
It's
let me
so
just do my
fucking-
Dave.
Shut the
bit.
Dave up.
Let me shut your Dave. Oh my god. You want the schwanz, not the prostate.
Yeah, that was bad.
Oh
Bad
my
Dave.
God.
Weren't
Was
they
just-
like the most like
was it-
fucking cheapo gangsters too?
Oh, how were they saying Coke? Every time they said Coke. They said
Coke.
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 They said
Sound
Coke's
like a
so weird.
Coca-Cola. Okay, so what I was saying about every fucking character thought that this movie was about them. Dave at the fucking end, like Dave when he's about like they're about to get murdered and everything. His fucking monologue. There was a time I would have taken what was mine and left the rest on the table, but you see, I never got rich enough to retire, and I'm sick of this shit, and I'm stuck doing this shit. And I'm not.
And
a
I
young
don't get
man
no
anymore.
respect.
Yeah, it's just like. So now I
That
don't
would have
leave
been the
nothing on
greatest
table.
casting. If
Rodney
they had put
Dangerfield was in
Dangerfield.
it.
Yeah.
That would have
Why I
been
watch
great.
Little Nicky still like all the time.
Listen,
whenever it's
me
on
and my
TV.
boys want to get a fuck.
They will
really-
promise
but really,
a
it's
fucking
ju-
woman, and they never got it.
All
My
they
boys
need is
getting
15
no women.
seconds.
Or
Oh,
respect.
the henchmen were so fucking weird looking. The one
Ooh.
guy that looked like Tiger Woods on steroids
Yeah,
with the dreads or whatever.
Oh,
the
yeah.
cornrows.
that was Tiger Woods.
Details. What about
Details.
what is
You never know with him.
what was Exhibit's name? It was Gotchall.
Big Fate.
No, but Big
Big
Fate.
Fate.
Big Fate. But then it was
Midget.
No,
Midget.
You
no,
talking about Midget?
Gotchall. Gotchall was his last name. His name
Oh,
was
good,
like,
no, Good Husband. It was the
No,
DA.
that was the
Jeremiah
attorney.
Good Husband.
I'm talking about Big Fate. He had an actual name. His name was like Dalton Gotchall.
Yeah.
It was
I remember
hilarious. I was like, "What? His name's Gotchall?" I was like, "Is this like a joke within the film, or is it like Werner Herzog, or is it like, what the
Werner
fuck's
Herzog being a
happening?
racist? Who knows?
Why is his name Gotchall? That should be Nicolas Cage's last name."
Gotcha.
It was so, dude, like, oh my God. Exhibit and Nicolas Cage interacting together. Can we just talk about Nicolas Cage? That's what we're here to do.
Well,
Can we
we-
talk
I do-
about his insanity for a little bit?
I do want to talk about that, but I want to bring up one thing. There was a moment early in the film when he goes to the Single-E's funeral and the priest is spitting on all the graves.
I tried not to laugh.
Yeah,
It was so
well,
funny.
it was funny. And
I
then
laughed real
and then
hard.
that woman goes, come here now. And then she pulls Nicolas Cage aside,
And she just starts feeding him red beans and rice.
pretty much of dead people, just pictures of dead people. And in that moment, me and Alan looked at each other and said, Ben needs to be on this episode.
It's true. It's true.
It's that moment.
Right when I heard that woman's accent,
it was her
I was
voice.
Oh my
like,
God.
Ben needs to be on this episode.
It was
Well,
the minute we heard
that
her
was
speak.
actually my favorite scene. That was so fucking funny to me.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Little boy. She's my sister.
Hey, I think we should send this podcast to Werner Herzog, and I almost can guarantee, without a doubt, that he will respond in some way with an answer.
With a
We
movie.
ask- yeah, with the whole movie. Just send him every.
I waited
every
until
piece
they
of-
died, and I have already been a vampire for many years. So I waited, and they died, and I took over. And this is my movie.
This is coming of age.
Welcome.
I am now the host.
Episode 2011. Hello, welcome to Coming of Age. It is me, your host, Werner Herzog. I am talking about my own movie.
Oh my god.
Little boy, he gone.
I have made the video game as
Four
well.
of our heads on a mantle in the background.
Yes. This is a podcast I took over, and here are the original hosts behind me. If you are listening on YouTube 3.0,
They are dads. They have been dads for many years.
they have been dad.
I'm still like bleeding
because
from the
now
forehead.
I feel like we are doing just more the HR Giger thing, and Tim, the planet Tim, and the innovators.
Oh, do you think I'm getting into that a little bit? Do you think I'm doing too much of the...
Doing a little.
I am
doing a
HR
little
Giger.
super eager Giger.
I am Giger. I love penis.
He is a penis. The alien was based on the penis. The egg is the vagina.
Do you know what my initials stand for? Hey, really Giger.
Oh
Have you
my...
guys heard his actual voice and how just absolutely frightening?
Yeah, he doesn't sound
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like that.
It's so guttural and spicy and spitty and
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Good thing there's a windshield on this microphone. Let's just,
Oh my God! Wow. Okay, him raping Ariana Grande, but her also being kind of awesome about it.
Oh shit!
That's
That scene,
terrible!
the great Gators retreat.
Gators
scene.
retreat scene, which you know
Cool.
is a bookend scene.
This movie is cyclical. It does start with a character, end with a character, and then follow an internal like cyclicalness, which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool when you track that.
Yeah, that's some crazy.
Like
shit,
Michael
though.
Shannon appears at the
Michael
beginning,
Shannon's
and
so
the
funny.
end of in the movie's perfectly like apart. Like the movie is structured in a weird like circular nature.
Oh my God! Can we talk about him? It's a very uncomfortable scene, but it's not as uncomfortable as Elizabeth Shue being raped. And
The rape scene in this movie is funny.
okay,
follow.
but okay, are we okay? Let's talk about
Kind of.
the girl who looks like
It's not-
Ariana
I-
Grande. It's not necessarily a
wouldn't say
rape.
that's
It's
a rape
more of
scene.
it's more of a bribery.
It's-
Self like it's not. It's not great at all. I'm not.
Hashtag
really
me too.
was it?
That's rape.
Yeah,
like-
it's
Oh.
terrible.
Oh, have I fallen on the wrong side of history?
She
I'm
may-
sorry.
She
I'm
may
sorry.
offer herself up to
Herstory?
him, but it is to get out of trouble, and that is him abusing power. And
Oh,
that is-
yes, for sure.
that is
Absolutely.
the equivalent of.
But I
him-
guess we
of
can
Louis
we can
CK
talk about
masturbating in
the
front of
definition
me.
of rape if you'd like to, or we can talk about what really happened and how it's still terrible.
Forced consent.
I think at that point she's all horned up by his power.
No,
Or
I
she doesn't
think
wanna
you're
go to
Can we
jail.
actually talk about the
doesn't want to
fucking
go
movie?
to jail because he's a cop.
I think
You
we probably
guys,
just need to delete
come
this
on.
podcast.
We need a female perspective. Trina, get in the room. I like it, but please, enough with the rape. because it's clear she doesn't want to go to jail, but also like, what was that scene? What was that?
Okay,
man.
so
Yeah.
it's this girl, and
Okay, so Nicolas Cage sees a couple coming out of a club and like pulls up behind them because his connection for getting drugs through the evidence locker has been cut off. And so he's like pulling this couple over, leaving the club, being like, "Hey, I know you were fucking like passing drugs." And they're like, "What the fuck? Passing drugs?" The girl's like, "What the fuck is even is that passing drugs? What the fuck are you talking about?" The guy's all fucking nervous, like, "Don't tell my dad." And
I'll go to jail on the weekends.
The guy had heroin, by the way.
And then like so he gives him a little fucking drugs. He finds little drugs on him. And then the girlfriend, Nick Cage is still like wanting more, like wants her to dump out her bag, and she's like, "This is bullshit." I don't even remember how it jumps to hit her just like fucking.
It jumps to her being like, "Look at this fur. This fur is my grandmother's. It's $60,000." And he's like, "I don't give a fuck."
She's like,
That's
"Look
bribery."
at this pendant." She's like, "Look at this pendant."
Are you kidding me? You took that to the club? You wore that to the club?
Well, it's probably not $60,000 as well. Which is
I got
another
the
thing
impression
where
that she was just like,
This is weird minutia that we're getting into. It was rape. It was fucking rape.
it was absolutely fucking rape.
Oh, we
I
don't
got-
have to talk about
yeah.
that aspect anymore.
Well,
we
I-
know is terrible.
I got the impression in that scene that she started, like, she recognized the situation, that she wasn't unfamiliar to maybe not this particular situation, but like situations like this.
Manipulation, just
and
fucking,
just like
you
men
know,
being
she-
fucking horrible. And then she like was bargaining with him, like, "Do you want money?" And then he starts smoking crack with her, and she realizes all he wants is the power.
I'm mad that we're not even talking about the grandma and the mom, kind of like them bantering back and forth between each other, where he's just like, "Yeah, your grandma and your mom, like, what do they think?" It's just like, I don't give a fuck about either of them.
Thinking about you as a little girl. Oh, now you're going out with no panties on.
It's the most uncomfortable,
fucked
and
up.
it's also, I'm like, oh, wow. Look at Nicolas Cage being crazy.
It's
This
so
is a spectacle.
it's so entertaining. But that's the
That's entertainment.
But that's the difference between this movie and the original. So like in this movie, that's how this scene plays out. In the original, he pulls over two 16-year-old girls, pulls a much more horrific power trip on them. And then has one of them pull their skirts up, has the other one suck his dick, he fingers the other one, and like makes it this whole thing. And you're watching these like 16-year-old girls get raped. And like, so the first one is like, it's so much more impactful and like serious and like fucked up than in this one, where it's like, obviously she's of age and like, it's still fucked up. And somehow Herzog has made it like less uncomfortable. Like, it's weird to compare rape scenes in these movies and then go, somehow this one guy made it less weird than the other guy, where the other guy was trying to go for it to being weird. But like, is that what Herzog's doing here?
We're attaching significance, how significant the rape is. Which rape is worse?
Essentially, yeah.
Qualify the rape.
Quantify the rape.
And
Well, you can't quantify it because one is.
they're both rape, so it's like they're both bad. But like somehow Herzog has like turned a rape scene into like something that's like, it's fucked up and you're like, oh shit, but like it's kind of
also
funny. And then in the original, it's like, it's not funny at all. It's not even trying to be funny. But this is definitely trying to be funny.
That's why when I watched that scene, all I was thinking like, what the fuck is happening here? I don't know what, like, honestly, there's a lot of parts of that movie where I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like the dog being introduced, and then the dog kind of being a plot point, but not being.
Oh, that's very stupid. He takes his dad's dog and then brings his dad a whore.
Yeah.
And then he sobers her up.
I'll go on the defense. I mean the offense, right? I don't know which one is it. Who are we defending? Who are we offensing? I think that this film is something, but I don't think it's much. I think that it's very disconnected from the original Bad Lieutenant because it doesn't have anything to do with that film at fucking all.
Right, they're
Because-
not, aren't they? They're not remakes.
It's not. It's
This
not a
one isn't
remake of anything.
No, it's nothing.
They're two
It's
totally
nothing,
disconnected movies. They're the same in name.
But I would say that the first Bad Lieutenant is a lot more grounded in actual
Movie.
poetry, like cinematography.
It's more of the filmic language. It's like
Yes.
it's actually like part of like it's a film. Like
It's a film, and this one is more of just a fucking. It's a thing. I wouldn't even call it
Yeah.
a story. It's just there. Like it's fine, and it's entertaining to a degree. I would say it's more entertaining than you guys would, obviously, but I think it a lot less of a film than a lot of films that we've.
it's better than leaving Las
We don't
Vegas.
the fact that like we're not talking about the plot and we are not concerned with what the plot is actually entailing.
The
is-
plot's pretty basic.
It's
more
basic as fuck.
It's
The
more
last two
thematic.
movies-
I thought Leaving Las Vegas was better than
The
that.
last two movies,
Really?
the last two movies that we have talked about have been like movies where we're like, okay, so what are we trying to figure out? And one of them had a lot to figure out, and one of them seemed to have a lot to figure out, but not really. You know, you've realized that you're unraveling yourself as you're trying to unravel the movie with Leaving Las Vegas. And then this movie kind of just stands there right in the middle and it's just like, hey, I'm a movie. And you're just like, what the fuck, dude? Get
Well,
the fuck out of the road.
It's also the movies. I don't know. Like I just watched Mandy,
Yeah.
and that movie, the sum of the whole movie, like the sum total of the movie, is fucking amazing. So fucking.
Get to
cool.
that next week.
Yeah.
That's
But when I look at Bad Lieutenant, it's parts of the movie that I really enjoyed, like the characters, the actors playing them. The entirety of the movie itself, honestly, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, screw that shit. But
Screw that shit, bro.
little part, screw that shit. I want to screw it. But like, what's her lady's
Listen,
name?
I wanna
What's
screw.
the lady's name? What's
Eva
that lady's
Me-
name with
Eva-
the greasy hair? No, Eva Mendes.
Oh,
is hot.
Coolidge.
Frankie.
Jennifer Coolidge with her greasy, nasty. I just drink beers. I told him he should start drinking beers. I love her like acting, and it's
Yeah.
so it's good to watch.
You cunt! I'm gonna cunt fuck you up.
It's disgusting. It's like
Yeah.
she plays trashy hoe. They really did a great job with her. The characters are great.
There's so many weird things, and also with the characters, though, like so many things. I'm just like, Eva Mendes is trying to act her way through this script. Like you can see it on her
I think
face.
she does a
almost.
good job.
Oh, she does a great job, but you can still like see. I'm not saying in her performance, but I'm saying like on the set, you can imagine yourself being there and her being like, okay, what? Because like
Oh, yeah.
Nicolas Cage fucking robs her client as he's there, the silver-haired guy.
Really good movies will make you suspend your belief, right? You'll feel like you're watching a movie. You won't feel like you're watching people act.
Right.
Well, you know what I'm talking about?
first-
Where he fucking robs
Yeah,
that
you're right,
guy,
Ben.
and then Eva Mendes is just like, oh, well.
She
And
gets
it's
off
just-
on it. No,
and it's
she-
just
she
like,
enjoys it.
that was your fucking client, and you're never going
got
to
some
hear
pull.
from him again.
What did
Yeah.
the fuck does she care? She's a fucking prostitute. Like,
Prostitutes still care about their clients, their business
You guys,
people.
it's not prostitutes.
yeah, but like,
it's
there's a never-ending stream of clients.
Can we talk? Can we talk about Nicolas Cage when he's going to get the perps, and he goes to the neighborhood household when all the police are there, and he's just like, "Hey, ma'am, I gotta go through the back of your house." Oh, hey, baby, it's okay.
Oh,
And he
and,
just
and
like-
she's like,
And she's like, "What the fuck? You need to go through my house." And he's like, "Yeah." And he just pushes her aside and goes
steals
through.
her weed.
Yeah, goes
He
to the back,
steals her weed.
smells her weed, and
steals
fucking
it.
Steals
Yeah.
it. Hilarious.
It's all one shot too. I think that's one of my favorite things about this movie is the directing. It's the cinematography. It's the way it's like there's lots of one shots.
It does look good,
It's
but
like-
it's
like
it's
the
just
scene at the
there's
Gators
very
show.
many things where you're like, I don't know what this movie is trying to be.
It's definitely not as like thematically clear cut as the original, but like the scene at the Gators retreat where it like follows in the car. you know.
Oh,
And
the
then, like,
cinematography is very good.
but like in the I mean it's great, but like even in the scene where Daryl, the kid who he ends up like turning witness protection, disappears and they're searching for him and they're like passing all the prosts, all the sex workers on the street and like and,
These motherfuckers are looking at YouTube.
No,
These
we're,
fucking
no,
assholes.
we're not. I'm
No,
listening.
I was laughing at Prost.
Don't
I
you
was
guys
laughing
like
at Prost.
also
is
another
what I
thing
was
about it?
laughing at.
The vernacular that he's using. Whoever wrote, who the fuck says pros and how they said coke? I've got coke. Just certain words that dime. I got a dime on it. The vernacular is so fucking off about the whole throughout the whole movie. I love pros. I think that's fucking hilarious. When he said pros, I laughed out loud.
I can't take care of a Prost.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Well, I can't take care of a
Never heard
dog.
that.
Thanks, Dad.
those IA agents show up and they go, I don't care about you and your prost. But when you start shaking down people when their fathers are connected, you're fucked.
Hung all the way from here to City Hall.
Yeah, you're fucked.
What about when Donald Gottschall was introduced and he's just like, that's his name, Donald Gottschall. That's Big Fate. And he's just like,
baby.
the lawyer just like shows up with him.
And they
And
start,
he's-
you hear him laugh. He
He's
goes,
like, what can I do for y'all? Yeah. He just laughs and he's just like,
and you don't
"Oh,
see him
yeah."
again for 20 minutes.
you just like, bring him out, bring him out. It's so funny. I just, like hearing his voice, I was just like, wait. I remember, okay, the first time watching this movie with Chase, not too long ago. Let's call it a week ago.
5 days ago.
5 days.
God, that long?
Holy fucking shit. So long ago, back in the prehistoric age. I was just like, wait, was that exhibit in that picture? Because when they first show Big Fate, it's in like a fucking photo. And I'm just like, was that exhibit? I looked it up immediately. I was like, it is exhibit. And then he's introduced and he's like, what can I do for y'all? You're just
Exhibit.
like, wow, that's just exhibit being exhibit on everything that he's ever done exhibit. And you're like, what the fuck? And then he's actually,
He's pretty good.
I don't know if you agree at all. I don't know if you agree or not, but I tried to direct exhibit in the way that I saw fit. And I thought that exhibit did pretty well for being exhibit. I don't know how many movies he's actually been in, acting jobs, but like, I was like, okay, exhibit is acting.
Was he in Pootie Tang?
Was he? I don't know.
Was that Andre 3000, the first guy that he smokes a joint with
No.
in the bedroom?
No.
No.
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, that's the guy from
So?
Black Panther.
Now that was racist.
Werner Herzog is the person that is responsible for this film, and
He's trolling us
and
right
we
now, man.
respect him. So that's why we're all being crazy people, and we're like, "What the fuck is this film?" Because I don't know Werner Herzog the most out of all of us, probably. I probably know the least, so I probably enjoyed this film the most. But I think Chase enjoyed it right after me, and then both of you are like, we really like Werner Herzog, and we both see so many problems with this film and what the fuck's happening. And then we're all just being like, what the fuck is happening? Oh, God.
I don't
it's
know.
I think Werner Herzog is what really does it for Port of Call New Orleans. Because if it was just take out Werner Herzog's name on this film and watch it and then review it, I think it's very different.
The other argument can't be made because if you were to make the movie with another director, it would be a different movie.
Yes, for sure.
It can only exist as a Werner Herzog film.
I don't.
It
I
only
don't
exists
mean
in the way
as
it does.
being directed differently. I just mean the name. That's all I mean.
If a different director took this script, it would be terrible. It is this director that made this script good. And like the script is not strong.
Hell no.
It is not it is not at the same strength as the original Bad Lieutenant, which is thematically beautiful as well as fucked up. But the original Bad Lieutenant's written by a woman.
What?
The original Bad Lieutenant's written by the woman
Are you
in the
fucking
movie
kidding
who
me?
gives Harvey Keitel the heroin.
No, wait. So, okay.
A
but
gosh
also,
damn lady?
and she
What?
made a better movie.
Wait. So I just want, is Bad Lieutenant, the one with Harvey Keitel,
Yeah.
and Port of Call related in any way?
No,
They're
except for
related.
the studio decision to market it
them.
as a remake.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the
Why
only
the fuck did they do that?
because the characters were similar enough that they were like, "Hey,
And
we
they
can
own the
market
property.
this as this." And
Yeah.
then because Bad Lieutenant, the first one with Harvey Keitel, was such a success and people loved it so much, people who like that movie, which is a lot of fucking people, are gonna be like, let's go watch this other thing because we liked that fucked up movie.
Okay, so it was for money. I get it.
It was for money. It was a bad decision though because they lost money.
Bad
on-
decision.
on
Port of Call,
people-
New Orleans.
Yeah, bad decision. Because marketing in that way, they made a bad call because people were like, "Fuck you for remaking this." Abel Ferreira himself was like, "Fuck
like,
you."
"Fuck you."
For remaking it, literally, fuck you for remaking this. And then Werner Herzog's response was, "I don't know who Abel Ferreira is.
Yeah.
I don't
like
know
the
him.
Abel
I've
Ferreira's-
never seen his
Yeah, this-
way."
I don't know if it was a power move or him just literally not knowing because it could be either.
He I legitimately think he didn't know.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, "Why are you calling it after this other movie?" And they were like, but I will say this, the producer of Bad Lieutenant, the original, is the same producer
Oh,
of Port of Call, New Orleans. It's the same
I thought it was
producer.
both Nicolas Cage's company and also
It is the same producer who produced both films, Edward R. Pressman.
Saturn
Pressburger.
Films also produced this film.
Yeah, they got brought on, but the executive producer of both films is Edward R. Pressburger.
Wow, that's fucked.
Where does Werner Herzog live? Is he in Germany or is he like living in LA?
I don't know. I'd have to look.
Well, not today. I wouldn't know, but he has. I've listened to interviews back in like 2017, 2016, where he was living in the U.S. and he was talking about the influence of the U.S. upon his filmmaking. So
He's
I'm
in
not,
Parks
I'm
and
not sure
Rec.
right now, but
He is in Parks and Rec.
He
Yeah.
is a German man. He is a German man who sounds as though he was raised in France. And that is the basis of the accent that I do for Herzog.
okay, guys.
That with a stroke.
Can we talk about the best parts of the film, which are the scene with fucking Nicolas Cage in Miss Benny, what's her name? The old
The Room,
the old
when he
black
pulls her
woman and the
oxygen
white
off.
woman. That's
Yeah.
that's one of the best scenes ever. And then the scene right after with Nicolas Cage and them smoking his lucky crack pipe. Let's talk about those scenes right the fuck now because those are amazing scenes.
Those are great scenes.
Those are the two best scenes, in my opinion, and I hope in your opinion.
I like the scene with Fairuza Balk.
Scene opening, door swings closed. Cage is behind the door shaving. I forgot.
You mean Peter Lowe? You mean Peter
Incredible.
Lowe is behind the door?
got
Peter
the
Lowe
trimmer.
is slunched behind
Oh
the
my
door,
God.
just shaving. Just being like, hey,
With his Nosferatu back pain? Like,
I just want you to know I'm fucking sick of being courteous and kind. Pretty much.
Oh my god! I forgot he was shaving. I loved how he was. That was such. He screams "fuck." He just screams "fuck" really loud, and I remember laughing my goddamn ass off.
He's just like,
Oh, that.
where he's looking for the witness. He's looking for Daryl. And so he's just like, where the fuck is Daryl? And he just comes up and starts rubbing the old white lady's face. And she's like, what are you doing? And he slaps her hand and then just grabs the air right out of her nose and fucking twists it. And it's just like, listen, you fuck. I wish he would have called her a shit bird. Listen, you fucking shit turd. I loved him using that so much.
Why shitbird? Is that from Leaving Las Vegas?
Shitbird was from the
No.
beginning of the movie when the guy was in the jail cell and he's like,
He goes shitbird.
Oh.
he
shit
said,
turd,
he goes,
shitbird.
he goes, please
Yeah.
watch shitbird.
Yeah.
And then he calls him a shit turd. And then he calls someone
Please
else
what
a shit bird.
turd?
Yeah, he goes through all three.
Yeah, it's pretty great. But just the gun stick in his pants the whole time, the whole fucking movie, except for it's so
Oh my God.
fucking good. It's a big ass gun.
A man without a
I
gun
love that at
isn't
one
a
point
man.
At one point, he flashes that as proof that he's a cop. It's like, that is the least proof
Yeah.
that you were a police officer.
Yeah, you see this
What?
gun? He's just like, well, why are you acting so crazy? All right, my fucking copay is $23. Here's $40.
Yeah.
Buy everyone a drink.
I'm
It's
a
like,
cop.
You're at the pharmacy.
Why are
No
you
one's
acting so
drinking.
crazy? Why are you acting so
Okay,
crazy?
And $13 is not getting everybody drunk.
I'm gonna be honest though. That fucking woman was being a shitty pharmacist.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck her.
Oh,
She was
all
on the
right.
phone.
All right.
She was being a regular
She was
pharmacist.
being
She
a
was a
regular
shitty
person on a
pharmacist.
phone. She was being
No,
a
she was
shitty
being a regular
pharmacist.
pharmacist, which is taking way too goddamn long to fill your pills.
Yeah,
I don't
shitty
know.
pharmacist.
Every time I've been to the pharmacy, it takes 3 seconds.
Yeah, my pharmacy is like, oh, you want pills? Here you go. See ya.
Pretty much. I go through the drive-through. I've never had to wait at a pharmacy for longer than 15 minutes.
Until the outcome of the hearing, you'll be on modified duty.
You're talking about when he took away his gun.
It's that public
Yeah, when
affairs.
he took away his gun.
I love when
And
he took
I
away
just
his
love that
gun.
he's like, you better call your delegate. It's just like, oh yeah, gotta go check in with the fucking union.
No, I love that
What?
when he literally got called outside to those suits. They're just like, you ever heard blah blah blah? They like say some name. And you're just like, just cut to the junior G man bullshit, Yasko. Tell me why you're here. He's just like, just immediately snaps, and they're just like, we're here to fucking take your gun, and you're not a cop anymore.
You're on
It's like-
probation.
and then he just like breaks down. He's just like, he's like sad for a second. It's almost like, I wish it would have been so far as to Vampire's Kiss, like low, where he's just like crying, like, boo! But like, he like for a second there, he's just like, oh, a man without a gun is no man.
Yeah, that's what
It's
he
just
says.
like, oh my God.
He gets
you little
Michael Shannon to
pussy-ass
steal that
bitch.
gun back.
Yeah, Michael Shannon's so funny.
Michael Shannon's great in this. It's barely in it, but
His eyes were darting left to right really quickly.
Can we talk about the spoon? Can we talk about the fucking spoon? Why is the spoon in it if they're not gonna do heroin
they do.
off the spoon?
The spoon comes up again.
Yeah, but I wish they would. I wish that there would have been.
spoon is
done,
an
I wish there would have been
emotional
some drugs done off the spoon. I would have been a little more connected to the,
The spoon was an emotional object. He found it as a child. He gave it to Eva Mendes. It was a symbol of his love, and it was.
But if
also
you
a
would have
symbol
done
of
heroin off it with
hypocrisy.
Eva Mendes, it would have been real good.
Yeah, but why? Because he was a
Because
hypocrite.
the movie
he was gonna
wasn't
do
very
heroin
good.
out of a spoon anyways, and that was the symbolism of him being like, "I'm reformed," but he's not.
I don't know how we're gonna end this podcast.
I don't
This
know.
podcast is fucking stupid. Fuck this fucking movie. Apparently,
We have to do 4 more Nicolas Cage episodes.
I got it. Did you guys do Moonstruck yet?
We watched
No,
it.
I love it though.
That's such a good one.
It's so good, except for Nicolas Cage, pretty much in that movie.
Really? I thought he was great in that.
No,
I lost my hand. I lost my wife. He has his hand. He has his wife.
I
Yeah,
think that
isn't he a baker or something?
I think
Yeah.
that everything but Nicolas Cage in that
Yeah,
movie is the good thing.
Cher is the best thing about that movie,
Yeah, Cher is the star. She's great.
and she earns that Academy Award.
She earns that award. She got that.
She
award.
got it. She got it.
Okay, so Nick Cage gets back to the police station. All of a sudden, the fucking dude that he was holding up, like the John of Eva Mendes, who was hung all the way from here to City Hall, he's like sitting at his desk and he's like, "Yo, man, whoa. Okay, so if you had anything to do with those guys that got killed or whatever, no, everything's cool. I've dropped the complaint. Everything's great." And he's like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then the bookie
everything's
comes
fine.
in. Yeah, and the bookie comes in. And he's like, "Hey, man, so guess what? Look, actually, you won 10 grand. You're not in debt to me at all, and you've won 10 grand, and you cleared up all those tickets for my daughter."
May I mention one thing about that? Did you guys notice that the bet that he made didn't make any sense?
Yeah,
That was stupid.
yeah.
But let's move on.
and so, but well, then my favorite bit is then like into the scene, like into a still shot. Just like pops the fucking like chief or whoever, and it's just like, "Hey, look, Nick Cage, we found the evidence, and it's got all the DNA we need, and it proves the case, and then you win. Everything's great." And he's like, "Oh, fucking super!" And then he goes back to fucking his girlfriend, Eva Mendes, and she's like, "I'm not on drugs anymore, and everything's gonna be great, and I love you." And then just like cut to 6 months later, and everything's great, and he's winning an award, and Eva Mendes is pregnant all of a sudden, woohoo! And just like fucking Deus Ex Machina out the fucking asshole.
Well, I don't know. At first viewing, I was literally like, "Oh, this is hilarious. This is like a fucking hallucination scene. This is so funny." And then getting to the end of the movie and being like, "Oh, I don't really understand that. Let me watch it again." And then watching it and being like, "Wait, was that supposed to be a hallucination scene, or did all those things just actually happen?" And it seemed like all those things like actually happened.
Yep.
And
Yep.
you're just like, "Wait, why? Oh, the movie's ending and he's captain and he's still shitty." I don't know, right?
That's what I got.
That's the thing, though. The moment that movie opened, actually, the moment when he breaks his back, or you assume that he broke his back or hurt his back, I
or
was
her
confused.
back. I'm just kidding.
Or her. The moment they broke their back, and then the moment that like that happens, and then he's doing drugs again, and then the guy he saved from the jail cell, I was like, this seems forced. And it was forced.
Oh, it totally was. Well, I was
And the
wondering why he was doing it. It seemed out of character.
And the thing is that without the end, or the beginning wouldn't have made. They seem to just be like so necessary to each other, but so unnecessary in the grand scheme of the movie itself.
Are you talking about with the movie with him meeting the room service guy who he saved?
Right.
And it's like
at the end,
it's like, "You saved my life. I would do anything to like help you out." And then they just go to the aquarium like it's a Wes Anderson film.
yeah.
And the movie just ends with
And
him
that
being
long
like, "Man,
take at
I'm
the
still
end."
pretty mad about my underwear being destroyed, dude." And it's just like, what the fuck?
Right. What did I say at the end of that?
Finn.
What did you get me for Christmas? That's
Yeah.
Hey, what'd you get me for Christmas?
Do
Yeah.
fish really have dreams, or like whatever you say?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, this is such a
Fish
Nicolas
dream.
Cage ending mixed with like some indie film. It's just so like, I was like, this doesn't seem like the end of this film.
It didn't seem like the beginning of this film. The beginning and the end, they like it.
Yeah, it was very strange.
You needed to have that ending because you had that beginning, and you needed to have that beginning because you had that end. Like, I don't know. It's just like it. Both of them. When I think about the movie, I think about it like train tracks almost. And then at the beginning of the track, it's just like shitty ass rusted old train tracks, and then like garbage in between. But also like at the end, it's just like so shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. And then the whole train.
I don't know about the train track analogy, Ben.
I don't know. There's a dog right there. So is that
Oh,
Chase?
How am I not Nick Cage?
Mandy fucked me up.
Mandy's
watch
great.
it?
We might need to do
Yeah, I watched
another
it.
Nicolas Cage movie. I really don't know how. Like, I don't know how to end this podcast. I don't know how you're gonna edit this, but it's gonna be hell. Chase, do you need to throw up? Do you need to go outside and throw up? I feel like you just drank way too much water and you're gonna throw up all over the place.
It's hiccups. It's fucking.
It's hiccups, but I'm looking at you right now, and it looks like you're going to throw up.
I'm about to fall.
Guys, I think this entire series might be over right now. I think the entire series.
Chase
might
is
be over.
becoming Nicolas Cage right now. Let's end.
Oh my God.
Let's end the fucking podcast.
I want to fucking kill myself.
That was good acting. That was like Nicolas Cage acting.
We love you.
We miss you already.
But fuck you.
Ta-ta, fuckos.